Hey everyone, welcome to Code Harmony. Today we are going to solve LeetCode problem ID 2270, number of ways to split array. It is an Amazon interview question. Let's have a look on the problem statement. Here we are given a zero index integer array nums of n size. They are saying that nums contains valid split at index I if following are true. The sum of first I plus 1 element is greater than or equal to sum of last n minus I minus 1 elements. They are also saying that at least one element should be on the right side and just return the number of valid split of nums. So what they are saying is that this is the nums given to us integer array and we have to make a split like this such that sum of all the left elements is greater than or equal to sum of all the elements on the right side. This is the problem statement, and now let's try to see what is the answer of this example. Here, what are the ways we can split the array? We can either make a split on this index after index 0 or after index 1 after index 2. We cannot, it is also given that we have to keep at least one element on the right side. So only three possible ways are there. Sum of all the elements on the left side should be greater than sum of all the element on the right side. If that is the case, we will increment some counter. We just have to return the number of possible splits. Okay. So we have three possible splits. In the first split, what is the possibility? That we are splitting after 0 index. And then sum of all the elements on the left side is 10. Sum of all the elements on the right side, 4 minus 8, 7 is 3. In this case, left is greater than equal to 3. It means it is a valid split and we will increment my counter. Or you can say our answer. Answer is 0 initially. Answer is incremented in this case. And now second split is after 1 index. Sum of left elements are 14 and on the right side minus 8 and plus 7 it is minus 1. This is also valid because sum of all the elements on the left side is greater than equal to sum of all the elements on the right side of the split. So increment the counter in this case as well. Now comes to the third split, third possibility. In third possibility, sum of all the elements on the left side is 10, 4 minus 8 which is 6 and sum of all the elements on the right side is 7 which is not greater than equal to 7. It means it is not a valid split and we will not do anything. Okay. So my answer was initially 0. After this split it is 1. After this split it is 2. After this split it is still 2. So we have to return 2 for this example. Okay. This much we have to do. That's all. So how we are going to solve it? First of all, how many splits we can make? N minus 1. After index 0, after index 1, after index 2 and after all the index, after index n minus 2. And the last index is n minus 1 because we have to keep at least one element on the right side. So after all of these indices, we can make a split. So you can say if n is 4, total number of element is 4, then n minus 1 split we can make. See, in this case 4 elements were there, we made 3 splits. Okay. So for every split we can do a loop from 0 to n minus 2. From 0 to n minus 2 which is n minus 1 in number. We can make a split. And for every split what we can do is we have to know the sum of all the elements on the left side and sum of all the elements on the right side. You know the index. Okay. This is the I index. And this is the starting index. This is the ending index. And what you are doing is you are making a split after this ith index. So you can easily calculate the sum of all the elements on the left side and sum of all the elements on the right side. How you can calculate? You can do the iteration or something. You can do the iteration if you want to go with the brute force. But yeah, if we are going with the iteration, one loop for every split, that is linear time, and one loop for calculating the sum, that is also linear. So order of n square it is going. And as we need to know the sum of all the elements on the left side. We are making split step by step. We are making split after 0. This is the sum of all the elements on the left side. Now it is incremented. Sum of all the elements on the left side is incremented by this value as well. Now this value is added to it. So why don't we just take a variable to capture the sum on the left side? What I'm saying is that when you are making an iteration for splits, you can capture sum of element on the left side in a variable. Let's say you call it left variable. Left variable is going to have sum of all the element on the left side, and let's say right variable is going to have sum of all the element on the right side. This variable you can calculate while doing the iteration. Okay, so when you are doing the main iteration, you can calculate the left variable. And what about the right variable? If you somehow know the sum of all the elements, sum of the whole array, then right sum you can also calculate. How? Complete sum minus sum of element on the left side. So this will be sum of elements on the right side. So now you have left sum and right sum. Now you can compare after every split, you can compare whether this is greater than equal to right. If that is the case, just increment our answer, otherwise do nothing. So what is our final approach in this case? We are processing every split. First split, second split, third split. And then we are capturing whether we need to make an increment in our answer or not. So after every split, we require sum of all the element on the left side and sum of all the element on the right side. This we have discussed, we will keep on capturing when we are doing the iteration. Index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3. We are going from left to right and we will keep on capturing left sum. So what you can call it? You can call it a prefix. Here this variable is fixed. When we are doing the iteration, we will keep on capturing it. And this variable is equivalent to the complete sum minus sum of all the element on the left side. So this is the value. Every time just compare its value with this one. Whether the left portion is greater than equal to the right one, then increment the answer. Otherwise do nothing. So yeah, what we are doing is we are making one iteration from index 0 to index n minus 2. This will count as n minus 1 splits. So in every split, we will just increment the counter. Okay. And before processing the splits, we should know this variable, sum. What is sum? Sum of all the elements. And as per the constraints, values can go till 10 power 5 and we can have around 10 power 5 values. So maximum it can go till 10 power 10. So to keeping that constraint, we will keep the sum as a long variable. So first step will be capture sum and then process the splits. So these are the two steps we have to do. And for this step, we just have to take one variable, and sum is also a variable, left is also a variable. So ultimately what we are doing is one iteration. So time complexity for this approach will be order of n. It's a linear time. And what about the space? One sum variable we have taken, one left variable we have taken. This space is not in the proportional to the input. So it's a constant space. Every time we will be having two variables. So you can say that it is a constant space operation. And this approach is our prefix approach, because in the left variable, we are keeping sum of all the element initially till I, all the prefix elements. So using prefix sum approach, we will be able to solve it in a linear time and constant space. Okay, now let's code this problem. First of all, we need to capture sum, complete sum of all the elements in the array, and then capture answer. And how the answer will be captured? If left portion is greater than equal to right portion, then my answer will be incremented. Okay, let's do it. So long sum equal to 0 for all the elements int num for nums. This sum plus equal to num. Now we have all the elements, and let's capture the left sum, or you can say prefix sum. Prefix sum is 0. Let me also take it long. Prefix sum is long, and now I'm taking answer variable to store my answer. In the end, I'm going to return my answer, and my iterations will go from 0 to I less than n minus 1 I plus plus, because we should have at least one element on the right side. Prefix sum plus nums of I. Okay, now this is the prefix sum, and prefix sum should be greater than or equal to sum on the right side. If that is the case, answer will be incremented. And what is the sum on the right side? Sum minus prefix sum. Okay, if that is true, answer is incremented, and we are going to have the answer. And what is n here? N is nums dot length minus 1. Let's test over sample test cases. Sample test cases are passed. I'm submitting the problem. Here the time complexity is order of n and space complexity is constant. It's got submitted successfully. I hope you understood the approach. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.